As of 2024, GTA 5 is the second highest selling video game of all time. Because of this game maintaining popularity for over 11 years, many of the people who worked on the game still discuss its prevalence within the gaming community. When I say this, I am mainly referring to the voice actors behind some of the major roles in GTA 5's story mode, that being Ned Luke, who voices Michael, Shawn, who plays Franklin, and Gerald Johnson, who plays Lamar. These three voice actors since the game's release have attended multiple different gaming conventions, gone on podcasts, and made appearances on interviews. But what about Stephen Ogg? Stephen Ogg, as you may already know, voices Trevor in the GTA 5 story mode. He is by far the most popular character out of the main trio in the story due to his psychopathic traits and crazy personality. You would think with Stephen receiving all of this support behind his well-played character that he would acknowledge this positivity, along with many saying he worked hard perfecting his role. But why doesn't he? First, we need some backstory. It's 2013 and GTA 5 has just released. The game was an immediate success, with the game pulling in $1 billion in sales in its first 24 hours. Fans were rapidly praising this game for how revolutionary it was compared to Rockstar's previous titles and in the gaming realm itself. Due to the instant success of the game, the main three voice actors I discussed earlier were instantaneously put on the map to voice or act on other projects. Before GTA 5, no one knew who Ned, Shawn, or Stephen even were. They were all actors but played small roles in not very popular movies. All three actors after the GTA's release went on to act in other roles in different video games and TV shows. Ned Luke starred as a voice actor in Red Dead Redemption 2. Shawn ended up becoming a part of a Grand Theft Auto Online DLC, and Stephen Ogg starred in a minor role in AMC's Better Call Saul. Even with all three receiving incredible offers to act after the game's release, both Shawn and Ned never forgot what put them in the spotlight, as throughout the 11-year time span of GTA 5, they still frequently talked about their work on the game. Except Stephen. Since the beginning of Stephen's work on GTA 5, he states in an interview that he accepted the role to play Trevor not even knowing what video games really were. He only accepted playing the role because he viewed Trevor as a quote-unquote cartoon.
Yeah, the character is rather iconic, and I had no idea. I mean, I'm not a gamer. I don't play video games. I never did. I didn't even know what the project was. I just thought, I mean, for me, the opportunity to be a cartoon character, because they said, you know, it was going to be motion capture, and it was going to be our likeness, so it was going to look like me. And I thought to be a cartoon character was cool. Video game I don't care about, I don't know about. So I was just like, oh wow, like I get to be a cartoon. Like that for me was the appeal. And then of course, reading it's a fun, crazy character. So who wouldn't want to play that kind of character? So I didn't even know about the video game world when we were shooting it.
He understood why people liked playing them, but didn't understand why people still viewed him as Trevor after so long. Stephen likely underestimated how big GTA 5 was going to be. He probably thought this game was going to be some sort of open-world game with a small fan base. And later his character would be forgotten as time progressed, which is why he is still frustrated to this day when people refer to him as Trevor. But this is where my problem with him lies. I'm going to play you a clip of him mentioning both Ned and Shawn talking about how big this game was going to be.
Even though we were in a studio with the posters, because, you know, it was a code name, so we weren't supposed to know what it was. And Ned and Solo, who play Franklin and Michael, they of course were like, oh man, because they're gamers. They're like, this is the new Grand Theft Auto. And even at that point, I said, I don't even know what that is. I was never into that world. I still haven't really played the game. I've tried it. It's crazy that I guess 5 years it's been now. I don't understand why people care.
As you guys just saw, when he specifically mentions Ned and Shawn talking about GTA 5, he speaks in a tone like he has some sort of ego or superiority over them and the others working on the project because he chooses to ignore the significance of the game entirely. He also says, I don't know why people still care. He should have said something like, I'm glad that I have fans still enjoying the character I played after all this time, or I can't believe my role in the game lead me to be a part of shows like The Walking Dead and Better Call Saul. I am very grateful. Even Shawn and Ned have publicly spoken about his ego and how he shouldn't be so judgmental to those who refer to him as Trevor.
But does he resent that character now because he always gets stopped? People think of Trevor when they see him And does he get annoyed now, all these years later?
From what I've seen, Steven is kind of being a how do I say it without saying it so up, man? It's Steven wants to be recognized as Steven all.
Yeah.
He don't want you coming up to him saying Trevor, which is shitty to me. Steven shouldn't be that way.
I don't think you should poo-poo anything you've done if it's good. Like you'll hear guys get pissed off because fans call them voice actors. I'm not a voice actor. I'm a performance capture. It's performance capture. It's like acting. We're everything we're doing is everything Michael does is me. But call me a voice actor. What the fuck? I don't care. I was 104 hours in the booth. Doing voice acting. I'm all of it. As long as there's actor on the end of it, I'm fine. I don't worry about shit like that. It doesn't bug me.
Along with all of this info I just discussed, I also want to talk about Steven's Cameo page. It costs a whopping $130 to request a personal video from him, with the average video length being around 2 minutes long. A lot of clips have surfaced of people who have purchased personal videos with him asking about Trevor, and in each one requesting a topic GTA or Trevor related, he often gets off topic and barely acknowledges the game or his character in general.
The coffee, book recommendation of the day. Sarah Hall burnt coat. Superb, says the Sunday Times. Says Daisy Johnson. And one of my most favorite reviews on a book cover, non-stop glorious. So I'm Stephen Ogg. Trevor is a cartoon. So I did portray him using the magic of motion capture. But I myself could never be a cartoon.
It's one thing to get frustrated about a character you play when people come up to you for a photo for free in public. But when they're paying you $130 to talk about Trevor for 2 minutes and get mad at it is selfish and insulting. For my last segment of this video, I am going to use a professional athlete to demonstrate why Stephen Ogg is being unreasonable with his behavior. I'm going to use Michael Jordan for this comparison. Michael Jordan is a professional basketball player. His fame and overall success came from playing basketball. Because of his incredible performance on the court, he ended up being in countless commercials, movies, and landed many collaborations with different sporting brands. Michael Jordan also had a brief period where he played professional baseball. Michael obviously loves basketball, but he has stated in interviews that the journey that came with being a great player is what he liked most. Hypothetically, him liking basketball or not would have never changed his opinions of his fans and the opportunity he was blessed with to play basketball. He is never annoyed or bothered when the topic of basketball is brought up, because Michael recognizes his career and livelihood came from playing basketball. Stephen, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. He speaks on his other roles he played after GTA 5 as if it was something he deserved or was meant to have. But what he fails to realize is that those opportunities for him to act in separate pieces of media would have never happened if it weren't for GTA 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did.